Hi, my name is Debbie Page, and this is my 2-year-old start on doing turnarounds today. And before we ever get on our horses and ask them to turn around, we want to make sure that they are desensitized on the ground so that they're gentle when we get on them and quiet and trainable, because if their minds aren't right, then you can't get them in that trainable frame of mind. So what we do is, this horse has already been lunged, but what we do is a few things to get our horses desensitized. Like usually we use the lariat or the whip to over their head, hit the ground. We make a little noise. We get them used to things so that when we get on them, we can trust them and they can trust us. And I always pet him a little with it after I'm done, so he knows that the whip isn't something scary for him to be scared of, or I'm going to hurt him with it. But what we do is we get our horses, of course, we use the flag first. We build them up to the tarp. We get them to where they'll pack a tarp around and where they'll lunge and do it in a nice, quiet manner. If they don't do it in a nice, quiet manner, then, of course, we need to do more work. We need to take them back to step one, which would be the flag, and work from the flag, maybe with a little piece of tarp. And then before I ever put the tarp on them, I use it on the ground. I introduce it to them first by letting them smell it, of course. And I put it on the ground, and I jump up and down on it. Good boy. Make sure he knows that that old thing is not going to hurt him. We have a noisier one. We usually use this one first. It's a little more quiet. We get him so he can be rubbed all over with it. His legs, his belly, on his butt, back legs. Anywhere we want to put it, we get him so that we can rub it around. Then the next step, of course, is to put it on him. And as you know, you can see this horse has had it on before. If it was his first time on top of it, I wouldn't just throw it up there. I would ease it up over his neck slowly. But for the sake of time, we want our horse to be able to lunge both directions, leave it with his shoulder and his hip away from us, be quiet and trainable, nice and soft in the halter. Because when we get on him, we want him in that same frame of mind. If he's not in that frame of mind, back way up, start over. Slow down into a walk. I always ask him to walk when I'm going to stop him or turn him, because I want him to be in a good frame of mind. I don't want to scare him. I don't want him running. Not that he can't lope with this on. He can. But when they're first packing this, you do not want to scare them with it, because they will remember it for the rest of their life. They never get totally over it. As you can see, he's not afraid of it at all, but this didn't happen overnight. Many steps were taken to get this horse this way. So, I've got my horse desensitized. We're going to get rid of the tarp now. And next thing we do is, of course, we want him nice and light in the halter. I want his hip to move. So I pull my hand on the rope back towards the hip. I want his hip to move. If I want him to stop in a one-rein stop, I bring it up here. I don't know if you can see that. His face nice? Good boy. I do this both directions, and we do this a lot with our colts. Teaches them to get really soft in the face. It teaches them to be handled. Teaches them that we're not going to hurt them on the ground, scare them, because if he's flying around in a circle and scared of me, I don't want that. I want him so he is not afraid of me a bit. So we've got him nice and soft in the halter. Of course we want him. Oh, no, I don't want you up here. I want you back there. We want him nice and light on the back up, and we want him to stand when we ask him to. Where did I put my, I'll get my bridle. And if your colt hasn't been in an arena before, or maybe a new arena, we always lead him around inside, let him look at things and smell things and kind of get used to it. When I opened the door up today, he was a little scared of the antelope running up over the hill. So I just took him over there and let him look at him, pet him, talk to him. But whatever you do, you don't want to scare them. Because if you scare them, they're scared. Then they're scared of you, plus they're scared of whatever they were scared of to begin with. Only now they're really scared of it. So the next time they see that object they were scared of, since you scared them, the next time they see it, they're going to be twice as scared. So you never want to get scared with them. You just calmly let them look at it. If you're on their back and you can't control them, stop them and get off of them if at all possible. And then stand there and pet them so that they get used to whatever the object is that they're scared of without you being scared or scaring them. If we scare them, it's twice as bad as if they scare themselves, because they connect that scared thing with us then, always. So I'm going to get on my colt. I want to get his feet right, because he's not standing right. Bend him around. I always make him stand still while I get on him. As soon as I get on him, pet him a little and soften him up a little in the face. And you can see he hasn't been rode a couple days. He needs softened back up a little. And this colt was not a gentle colt when we got him. He wasn't halter broke. He was scared to death of people, and for 6 months he would not gentle down of every day of handling this colt. So it's took a lot of work with this colt. He was one of the wildest colts I've ever handled for a quarter horse bred colt that was raised right here locally. And he's finally come around. He finally trusts me to a point. I still am careful. I don't scare him unnecessarily. I don't move really fast around him, like I would never run up behind him when he's tied up, because he's not ready for that. He's one of those colts you got to take steps, every little step, baby steps.